Okay, this video is an example for 9-5, completing the square. This is number 13 in your book. The original problem is g squared plus 7g equals 144. Now, I write my binomial underneath my original problem. I have the g, I copy the operation, plus, I take that b term, see the arrow, I divide it by 2. Please do not use a decimal. It's much easier to work with fractions. So 7 divided by 2 is just 7/2. Then I square that. That little square is there to remind me. And I put that up. That's how I complete my square. I add 49/4 to both sides. Okay? So my second line now is g plus 7/2, all squared, equals 625 over 4. How did I get that? Well, I was adding 49/4 to 144. Whenever I add or subtract with fractions, I need a common denominator. So 144 becomes 576 over 4. And I add 49 to that, and I get 625 over 4. So now I just take the square root of both sides. The whole idea of getting a perfect square trinomial is so I can factor it into that perfect square and take the square root of it. So I'm going to take square root of both sides. I remember positive and negative root on the right. And I get g plus 7/2 equals positive or negative 25/2. Finish solving by subtracting 7/2 from both sides. And I get g equals negative 7/2 plus or minus 25/2. If I add 25/2, I get 9. If I subtract 25/2, I get negative 16. So there's a completed example of complete the square.